Hi guys, it's Christy. Welcome back to Littles and Loving It. So today I'm going to be showing you how I fill my nails and get this really cute look. So I'm just going to start by filing off the gel polish and filing around my cuticle area to kind of create space in between my cuticle and the product so that I can lay more product, if that makes sense. I'm also thinning out the nail, and I'll be shaping the nail with my e-file as well as shortening my nail, but you'll see all that. And this is where I'm shortening the nail, and you'll see I'm using my other finger to kind of hold the nail still. If you don't do that, it's gonna hurt when you press this e-file against the free edge of your nail. And then I'm just shaping the sides. I wanted a tapered kind of look. I love tapered nails. I guess you could kind of call it coffin shape. And you guys can see here where there's not much space in between the product and my cuticle, so that is where I create more space to lay more product. And you guys can kind of see there where I'm creating the space where my natural nail is exposed. After I file all my nails, I wash the dust off with just soap and water, and then I took the bonder and I apply it to my natural nail closest to my cuticle where the natural nail is exposed. And then I cure for 60 seconds. Okay, and the gel I'm using is the IBD pink gel. You guys can see it's a pink, nudie, natural pinkish color. And then I use the back of the brush. When you're using Builder Gel, it's so much easier to just use the back of the brush to apply your product as opposed to using the side with the bristles. So I just place the product onto the nail, kind of at the back 1/3 of the nail, and then I just push it towards my cuticle and then drag it down the nail towards the free edge. You guys can also see I'm kind of angling my nail downward. So gel is like a molasses kind of consistency, so it does move, it does not stay in place. So if you hold your nail downward, you can kind of help the product come down. Afterwards, you can see here I turn my nail over excuse me, and that's just to help build the apex. And then I cured for 60 seconds. And I'm gonna do the same thing with all 5 nails. Well, all 4 nails. I will be adding the gold flakes to my ring finger, but you all will see that. And if it does get messy around the cuticles, or the side walls, I just take my finger and run it along the sidewall or the cuticle, and then I hold my nail upside down, and afterwards I put it under the lamp and cure for 60 seconds. Okay, y'all, now with this accent nail, I did struggle a little bit, or a lot of bit, with these gold flakes. Everything was just so sticky, and I should have prepared the gold flakes before I did anything else. But what I'm doing is I'm taking the IBD nudish color, and I'm just putting a very thin layer all over my nails so that the gold flakes will have something to stick to. I then take the gold flakes and put them on my nail and then kind of break it up and spread it apart once it's on the nail. And then after I have the gold flakes as much as I want on the nail, then I go ahead and cure for 60 seconds. But you guys can kind of see here, I'm kind of putting it on the nail and then breaking it up with the back of the brush. Yeah, I told you, it got really messy, guys. I think next time I'll do the accent nail first, just to kind of get it out of the way. And then I won't have extra things to get messy. And you just put it all over the nail as much as you want, and in all the places that you want. And cure for 60 seconds. Now this builder gel, this is the clear coat, so that you'll be able to see the gold flakes through really well. But you really want to be careful with this. It's super runny, so I worked with really small beads. And also this has a high heat spike. So once you put your fingers or your hand under the lamp, you really want to pay attention to the heat. If it starts getting hot at all, just pull your hand from under it, let it cool down, and then put your hand back under it. And so I did a total of maybe 90 seconds for this because I had to pull my hand from under the lamp. But it's very, very runny. So you want to be careful with that. Okay, now all my nails are filled. So I just took a paper towel and put some acetone on it and wiped the sticky layer off the nails before I begin filing and shaping. I already did my thumb because I can't do my thumb on camera. So when I start to file, I like to start with just going around the cuticle. You don't have to start like this. This is what I prefer. I just feel like it kind of makes sense to start from there. But I clean up around the cuticle area, and then I'm gonna file down the nail to make sure there are no lumps and bumps, and then across the nail as well, just to further shape. And this is what's going to kind of help you get that C curve when you're going across the nail or from side to side. And you also want to take this time to thin the nail out. If you feel like maybe you used a little too much product, you want to thin the nail out. When you're working with your accent nail, when you've encapsulated something, you want to be really careful about filing, because if you file too much, you'll file off your design. And I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was not totally in the frame. When you're filing from the cuticle to the free edge, that's what's going to help you get rid of all your lumps and bumps. And then I just take a hand file to just tighten up my shape a little bit. Alright, then I start with the buffing process. Now when you buff your nail, you want to buff your entire nail from the cuticle to the free edge. You also want to buff the free edge and the back of the nail as well. And you want to buff until your nail is really smooth. Otherwise, when you apply your polish, or in my case just a top coat, you're gonna see the ridges that was created when you were filing. So I buff really good, and then I just take my finger and I kind of slide it across the nail just to see if I feel any ridges. And if you don't feel any ridges, you've buffed good enough. And if you still feel ridges, you need to buff some more. Alright, now I'm just top coating. I did use a gel top coat. I'll list all the products in the description box as well, you guys. And I cured my top coat for 60 seconds. And then afterwards, I'm just going to apply my cuticle oil and rub it into my hands really well. And that's it, you guys. I really hope that you liked this video. I hope that it helps you learn how to do this yourself at home and save some money. And then this is the final look. This is actually a couple of days later, you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will hit y'all back later. Deuces.